Two Democratic lawmakers from Pennsylvania, both openly autistic, slammed the Trump administration's handling of the disorder. Plus, President Trump has sent troops to 3 cities. Is Philadelphia on his radar? This and more in the Week in Focus for the Pennsylvania Capital Star. At a press conference Monday, President Donald Trump and Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. claimed there is a link between taking Tylenol during pregnancy and autism. It's part of their ongoing push to find a cause for what Kennedy calls an autism epidemic. Scientists quickly pushed back, and so did autistic people and advocates in Pennsylvania. State Representative Jessica Benham was the first lawmaker elected to the House with a publicly known diagnosis and said that to weaponize autism research for political purposes is inappropriate and offensive. Representative Abigail Salisbury, who is also autistic, weighed in, saying, "It's not great when the President of the United States acts as if a condition that you have is a scourge or a plague on society." On Wednesday, top autism and disability groups condemned Trump and Kennedy's approach, saying that autistic people deserve respect and real support. Experts still say autism is mostly genetic, with some environmental factors during pregnancy possibly playing a role. Next, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and now Memphis, Tennessee are all cities where Trump has ordered National Guard troops onto the streets. There's speculation that other big Democratic-led cities like Philadelphia could be next in Trump's push to restore law and order. Governor Josh Shapiro and Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner have said that they plan to fight back if the president turns his attention to the Commonwealth. Without a state governor's cooperation, the president can federalize National Guard troops under Title X, which governs the armed forces. But missions are limited to repelling an invasion, putting down a rebellion, and enforcing federal law. If the Trump administration were to employ the same tactic in states with Democratic governors like Pennsylvania, they would have a right to challenge it directly in the U.S. Supreme Court, said Jane Bentrott, an attorney with the Protect Democracy Project. Want to support Pennsylvania Capital Star? Sign up for our morning newsletter, like and share this post, or become a donor to help support independent journalism in the Commonwealth. Finally, Governor Shapiro says PJM, which manages the power grid for Pennsylvania and 12 other states, is too slow to respond to rising energy demand, and consumers are paying the price. At an energy conference in Philadelphia this week, he warned that the state could leave the group if it doesn't become more transparent. PJM, founded in Philadelphia nearly a century ago, is run by a board using a weighted voting system that includes groups like PA's PUC, but not the states themselves. Final decisions go to the federal government. A former PJM executive called the group ungovernable and said what's needed isn't more voices, but stronger leadership accountable to the states. For the Pennsylvania Capital Star, I'm Natalie Bencavanga, and this was your Week in Focus.